Hey, so if you're a business owner or entrepreneur who has been struggling to make sales, or you want to get better at selling generally, then you should watch this. How can I make at least 100,000 naira in the next 30 days? Now, yours might not be 100,000 naira, it might be 1 million, it might be 10 million, no matter what it is. This formula is going to work for you. Now, see this. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do the math. I'm going to do the math. Now, the reason why a lot of business owners struggle with making sales is that they don't know their numbers. So they cannot hit those big targets. So you hear your neighbors say, I just made 1 million naira, I just made 10 million naira, but you don't know how they did it. Maybe you're making 10K, 20K, 50K, and you want to move from 20K to 100K. Here's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to do the math, right? So in doing the math, what are the things I'll consider? How much is my product? So let's say I'm selling a 10,000 naira product. If I'm selling a 10,000 naira product, to get 100K, that means I need to sell 10 units of that 10,000 naira product to arrive at 100,000 naira. Okay? If it's a 5K product, that means I need to sell 20 units of the 5,000 naira product to arrive at 100,000 naira. So knowing your numbers is important. So knowing your numbers will just help you know exactly what you're supposed to do to get to where you want to get to. Remember, our target is 100K. What am I going to do next? Next, I am going to define my customer avatar. So I'll ask myself, who is my ideal customer? I'll ask myself, who is my ideal customer? In asking myself this question, I'm going to draw my customer avatar. I'm going to know, who is this customer? Where does the person live? How much does the person earn? What are the person's likely pain points, frustrations, dreams, or aspirations? This is very important, because if you don't know who you're selling to, then you'll be selling to everybody. And when you're selling to everybody, you're actually selling to nobody. Now, the next question I'm going to ask is, what will I tell this customer to make them give me money? So what I'm going to determine at this stage is my marketing message. So what am I going to tell them? How am I going to tell them? What am I going to say to them exactly? And there's no way you can arrive at your marketing message if you don't know who your customer is, if you don't know their frustrations and their pains and where they stay and all. You know, why you do this is so that you can know who you're talking to and what to say to them. Now, the next thing I'm going to look at is, how do I reach them? Will I run paid ads or organic traffic? This is a very important step, because no matter how good your product is, if you don't get people to know what you're selling, if you don't get people to be aware of what you're selling, then you're not going to make plenty sales. You know, numbers, traffic, it is very important. The person that sells to 200 people will not sell more than the person that sells to 20,000 people. That is how it works, basically. Now, after I've determined this, maybe I want to run paid ads, maybe I want to pay an influencer to run an ad for me, or maybe I want to go purely organic. The next thing I'm going to do, and which is the most important step, is this. I will implement ruthlessly. Think about it. If you get everything right, do your math, identify your customer, know your marketing message, your source of traffic, how you're going to reach them. If you don't implement ruthlessly, if you don't work until you see it happen, right? If you don't go all out and work to make it happen, then nothing is going to happen, right? So I'm going to implement ruthlessly. Now, it's easy for somebody to pop up on Facebook or Instagram or wherever you're watching this and say, implement ruthlessly, do the math, do everything. But the question is, how? The question is, how do you go about this? How do you go about this? How do you achieve it? It's easy for me to say this, but how do you achieve it? That's what I want to show you in the next 30 days. Now, I've worked with entrepreneurs, I've consulted for a lot of small businesses, and the problem I find out is that people know a lot of these steps, but the problem is they don't know how to execute. They don't know how to implement. They don't know how to actually go and do the work. And that is why I want to take 100 entrepreneurs or business owners behind the scenes and show them how to implement this and make sales constantly for the next 30 days. If this looks like something you want to do, if you want to move your business forward, if you want to increase your sales massively in the next 30 days, then click on the link below to find out more. You see a learn more button below this post. Just click on it to find out more. I'll be waiting for you on the other side. And before you go, it is not free. So if you think it's one of those free webinars or something, you actually have to pay me money for it, right? Just check out what I have to offer you. I'll see you next time. All right.